The next day, we continue to cross the first set of lakes the Mississippi flows through, with a new sense of urgency because of a sudden drop in temperature to 24 degrees and freezing wind. The goal is Minneapolis, 400 miles away. And if we don't hurry, a Minnesota winter storm will be upon us. And that doesn't sound so awesome. Our support crew brings us a new method of travel, an aluminum center consoled boat outfitted with a shallow running jet drive motor. With it, we should be able to get 100 miles a day versus the 20 per day in canoes. It's like something out of a James Bond movie, dodging submerged rocks and logs that could easily end our journey. In the first few miles, I quickly realized how this could be a fairly dangerous method of travel.
Hold on. You know that one? Yeah, I felt it.
We've got the hard stuff out of the way. Now we're in our jet boat. Now I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, we should be canoeing this, the whole thing, guys, like I did it years ago. This jet boat, it's pretty sweet. These next 400 miles, we're meandering through much bigger obstacles. And to watch Stephen navigate is quite impressive.
The jet boat experience of getting into the jet boat and the turns where the boat's sliding and I'm having to kind of feather it through a corner, then bring it back and then feather it around a rock or through a gap. I've always wanted to run one NASCAR race. I feel like this is almost my NASCAR race. It's a deal where you can't hit the wall, you're out of the race. It's an experience where, it's freezing cold outside, and here I am I feel like I'm sweating inside. It's a total adrenaline rush.
The wind's blowing on it just enough where you can't see the rocks, Look at you. You're sweating, I'm shivering. That was close. You along? I saw.
Hang on, there's a log in the road. The road.
What's our depth?
One of the reasons that we chose the jet drive is there's a lot of water that we're covering over this next 400 miles that are inches deep. The jet drive, you can literally run in 4 or 5 inches of water. I was set up on this boat. It's just, half an inch lower than the actual bottom of the boat. If you had a regular engine that had a prop-driven type boat here, you have to have probably 18 inches of water just to be able to run. There's so much of this water you can't take a prop-style motor in. Basically, you'd knock the lower unit off. One stump or one log floating, and a guy comes across it and just shears the lower unit off.
Not feeling right. I don't know what we could have hit unless it sucked a piece of that wood up in there behind the propeller. That you feel it doing something.
This river is loaded with what I would call river mines. It's logs, big boulders, sandbars that if you don't make the right decision, you're stuck. You smack one of these big logs and you just totally destroy the intake and you're down. This thing is just littered with obstacles.
Stephen says it's jacked up, which I assume is a bad thing. We've lost full power and can only manage a few miles an hour. With absolutely no cell phone service and in the middle of nowhere, frustration begins to set in. Seriously, how could it get worse?